Welcome to Anthony's Kitchen, and today we have a feast. Let me tell you, we are going to start off with a bouillabaise. I've got some monkfish, some shrimp, some sole, some tilapia. We're going to take that together, put all the bones together, got some mussels and clams. We're going to soak that in some fennel, some onions, some garlic, and a tomato-based broth, and we're going to cook that off. I've got some lovely back ribs. I've take out the silver lining on the back of it, put some maple syrup, some balsamic vinegar, tomatoes, onions. I made a blend of some fennel and star anise and rubbed it with some salt and pepper. It's baking low 350 for about 4 hours, so it's off the bone, finger licking good. Right now I've got some chicken breast and drumsticks. We made these little lollipops. What you can do, cut off the end of the drumstick and then slide your knife down and fold out the meat a little bit. And now you got the little chicken lollipops. And what we're going to do with the lollipops is we're just going to dredge them in some bread, some flour, make a little crust on them. We'll pan fry it in some duck fat, and then serve this as on top of our risotto. So we've got a bouillabaise, we've got some back ribs, we've got a risotto with chicken, pan fried chicken, and roasting some duck fat. And for dessert, nothing like bananas foster with pecans and raisins and some Trinidadian Angostura 1919. So let me just finish dredging these chickens, and we'll get back to cutting up some vegetables for the bouillabaisse. So you've got some leeks, and leeks, they can get really dusty in the middle, so what you want to do is cut them in half, split them right down to half in the middle like this, and rinse in between that with running cold water. And you want to get really that silt and all that sand out of there, because that doesn't taste good in the bouillabaisse. We're actually also going to prepare, tomorrow we've got French onion soup and an ossobuco, so we're going to start prepping that now because I want to get those onions nice and brown and golden for the French onion soup tomorrow. So, but that's for next episode. But we're taking advantage of the time that we're cutting up everything right now. I've also got some fennel bulbs. Now don't throw this away. This is instant flavor. We're going to use that as topping for the bouillabaisse later on. So we'll just rinse out these leeks. We'll slice them up really nice and thin, and we'll get them all cleaned up. We're going to nicely cut up these leeks over here, and you just want to fine julienne. You can go a bit thicker if you want, but I'm really going to melt these leeks down, so you're not going to, I just want the flavor in the bouillabaisse. I'm also using it as a secret ingredient in my French onion soup. Don't tell anybody. And we're going to just go up to the green, just when it starts to get green. When it starts to get green about here, you can stop. These also make great garnishes, so what you can do is you can lay it all out and use these pieces as garnish. I like to just rinse them out again, and I'll leave them in cold water, and later on you can use them as a dish to serve on. So we'll use these and save these maybe for the ribs. Okay, be right back. And now we're just going to cut up into a nice jalapeno. I like my bouillabaisse a bit spicy, but not too spicy because everyone needs to eat it, and we've got a few people with different heat thermometers in their mouth. So what we're going to do is just remove some of those seeds. Get it out here, and the quickest, easiest way is actually just to peel it right out. We're going to give it a quick rinse. And what we've got here is also, we've got some monkfish, some scallops, some oysters and mussels, but we're not going to put those in right now. We're just going to marinate the meat in a bit of lime. We'll keep it in the fridge for about 30-40 minutes. And what we're going to do is take those big pieces, cut in big chunks when we start to cook this bouillabaisse, and then we'll let it simmer off in the sauce. And what you can see here is you got some tomatoes, some onions, fennel, some leeks, onions, garlic. We're going to slice it all up, put it all together, and we're going to start this right off. So if you want to follow me right over here, we'll just give our hands a quick rinse. We're going to preheat our oven. Ooh. Turn on some lights, and we're going to start this. We'll light the fire up going on. We'll keep it high heat. I'm going to take some extra virgin olive oil. Let that pan get nice and hot. Give it a few minutes. I got some basil right here, and we'll add some smoked paprika, and a little bit of crushed tomatoes. I've got some white wine here, this Gato Negro. I believe it's a Sauvignon Blanc here, and it's comes from Chile. So we're going to use that as our stock and our base for the bouillabaisse. And bouillabaisse really, in the old times, it was peasant food. People would take all the fishermen would come back from a hard day on the sea, put all the bones and scraps and all together to make this really rich broth. I'm also going to add a little bit of saffron. I know not too many people do it, but we're going to give it that nice, rich, orange and red color. Alright, so now we've added all of our onions, our flavor base. We've got onions, tomatoes, garlic, fennel. Actually, I'm going to add some more garlic because I just love the flavor of garlic. We're going to let that stir up. Give it a quick stir. My awesome brother Chris has just crushed up some garlic for us, so we're going to add some of that crushed garlic right into this bouillabaisse. It's going to get some great flavor. Look at that. Let it mix. I'll add a knob of butter maybe in just a few moments. I like to add a bit of sugar, and we're going to take some sugar right here. And just put a little bit of sugar, not too much, just to help amplify a little bit of that sweetness and get that little caramelization going. Just a little bit. It's a Chinese trick. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Always season as we go, so we're building that layer of seasoning as we cook. Not too much salt because we can always add salt later. And a little bit of pepper. Freshly ground black pepper. Can you smell that? I wish you had smell-o-vision right now because it would taste so good. Look at that. Alright, black pepper. We're just going to let that stir up for a bit. Now because, you know, we don't have the full kitchen to make the whole chicken stock, we're just going to buy some of the pre-made chicken stock, mix it up with some of our white wine, let this get nice and hot and caramelized, and then we'll add the wine, we'll add some of the tomatoes, we'll make the broth. I'm going to add some of the fish bones actually in it. I had some monkfish bones, I'm going to put that in, and that's going to help develop some of that flavor. It'll be really, really good. Be right back in just a few moments. Welcome back. So now we finished the bouillabaisse, and check it out. I've taken it off the simmer. We're going to let the scallops and the shellfish cook. Once we're ready to serve, we'll add the clams and the mussels, and just let it simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes, and just until they start to open up and release their juices. We've added enough salt and pepper to taste. It's good. Ribs are still in the oven, and now I'm just running down some duck fat. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm going to use this as a flavor, so we're not going to use any butter or oil. We're going to pan fry this chicken in the duck fat, and that's going to give it a nice salty flavor. And we should be getting, you see me earlier dredge this with a little bit of flour, and that's going to give us a nice little crust on top of this, on top of these chickens here. And there you go. So it's going to give it a little taste. Don't move it. One thing you need to know, once you put the meat in, the proteins, once they heat up, the proteins are just going to start to lift off in the pan themselves, and it's kind of like its own indicator saying, please, flip me. So we're going to let these brown up, and once they're going to brown, we're not going to cook them all the way. We're going to actually finish them up in the oven just once everybody's here. We'll finish it up in the oven. We'll keep it about 250, just a nice low heat. Even heat, and we'll probably do that for about 30 to 35 minutes until the chicken's done. Alright, we'll be right back.